Hello human beings, I am crazylegsjan and welcome back to VR in a wheelchair. Today we are testing out a game called Mars. I'm out late with testing out Mars, but boy am I happy I did. You start out in front of a book that you turn pages on to get told a story. And the book is the game, as when you have turned X amount of pages, you get transferred into the actual game where we meet Mars. Mars is a little female mouse warrior that finds a little crystal-looking thing that does so she can see us, and we then get to control her. I was stunned by how great the game looks, and depth of the game that you get when using a VR headset is amazing. Mars is definitely going to be one of the games I will show to people when it's their first time trying VR, just because of how great the world looks. I only played this on the Oculus Meta Quest 2, but the Vive control schemes is showed on screen because I'm playing from the Vive Infinity subscription that you can get from €5 to €16 depending on your usage, as in what headset you're using.
Quill had to hurry. The village gates would
Mars
soon
is a
close,
classic
and
adventure
night would follow.
side-scrolling game, kinda like Crash Bandicoot and Warrior Orb and other games in that style, but with added puzzles, so some of the levels are sometimes hard to figure out where you need to go. You can interact with things in the world if they have a rocky look to them, kinda like a rock with a pattern engraved to it. The tutorial is perfect at showing you what you can move and can't move. You run around in the world as Mars. And Mars is a little mouse, so you are running around in a forest. So the visuals are on point. Your viewpoint is looking from the side, so sometimes it can be tough to move around because it's not only left and right, but also in and out. So sometimes the depth is messing with you, so you fall down from a ledge or miss the point where to land.
The stories of the magical creatures that woke to protect
The
forest.
puzzling nature of the game does so not every map or level, if you will, is straightforward. I sometimes in the starter levels had to look at the level every now and then to figure out what and how to complete it.
I'll catch up
If
with you
Mars
later.
gets hurt,
Don't go
and
and
she
die
will,
on me.
you will heal her by grabbing her backpack with the trigger and holding it down for a little until Mars is fully healed. When Mars wants your attention, as in speaking to you, then she is using sign language to do so. One of the signs was when I healed her and she said thanks. I know that sign from another streamer on Twitch. You look from the side and control Mars with your left hand on the thumbstick on the Oculus Meta Quest 2 or with the trackpad on the HTC Vive. You jump and attack using your right hand by pressing A to jump and B to attack on the Oculus Meta Quest 2. And on the HTC Vive, you use the trackpad. You interact with stuff in the world or heal Mars if Mars is hurt by using the trigger on either hands. Mars is fully playable as a wheelchair user, though with an asterisk. The game is meant to be played seated, and it works awesome in that regard. I had some neck pains before I tested the game, which made me aware of a minor problem. Some of the map forces you to turn your head 80 to 90 degrees in each direction to see where Mars is or where you need to go. Yes, you can twist your upper body, of course, or turn your whole body, but I locked my wheelchair as I normally do, so I couldn't turn my body. This, of course, doesn't aim at only wheelchair users, but in people in general, hence the asterisk. The game is on Steam for €24.99. It's on Oculus Store for $29.99. It's also on the Quest 2 store for $29.99. And finally on VIII Port for €24.99. If you feel like I'm missing something or could have done something differently, then leave a comment. If you enjoyed this video, then be sure to check out this video where I'm testing Tentacular, a game where you are a giant squid.